Start recording. Okay. Lovely. And then I'll go straight to viewing party SE. Nice. You are a god. We said Grebe where I was from, in the land of the Cambridgeshire. Yeah. Okay, everybody, we are playing Pax Historia, and Chat and I will be the board of shadowy figures. So Stumpy Goblin's Prime Minister. How are you feeling, Prime Minister? Sure. I was trying to roll with it and be sort of zany. We are playing Pax Historia, where Chat and I will be the board of shadowy figures behind Stumpy Goblin's Prime Minister. How you doing, Prime Minister? Keir Stumper. Okay. So, chat, we are going to have 2 actions at a time, and we'll decide between ourselves while Stumpy is deafened. He won't be able to hear us talking. Then we come to him, and we let him know what we have decided the UK is going to do. A few extra rules. For the first 5 rounds, Stumpy, it's only internal policy. We can't do anything involving other countries. Okay. Shall I deafen, and we'll undeafen when we've chosen? Okay. Just be, man. Just chill. Okay, guys, Stumpy Goblin is deafened. We want some silly stuff for these first 5 rounds. If anybody's got any great ideas, I want to see them coming in. Replace every motorway junction with a roundabout is a fantastic idea. Do you know what? That's actually a good thing, though, because the lack of roundabouts are terrible. The capability is anything we want. So, okay, motorway junction, replace every motorway junction with a roundabout. That's a perfect starting line. So that has been submitted. We can do one more. Ooh, a referendum for Super Brexit sounds good. I like the sound of that. I don't know what that means. Can we add like a... Okay, hold a referendum for Super Brexit. Brackets, will explain later. Or Stumpy... Sorry, what's his name? Keir Stumper has to explain what this is in a live broadcast on the fly. Okay, these are our first 2 actions. And now I undeafen Stumpy Goblin. Sir? Can you hear me, sir? Okay. Done. Shall I remove these 2 and do that for the sake of post? Okay, from now on. Okay, so we've deliberated, and we have a couple of ideas for the UK. You must replace every motorway junction with a roundabout. It's what it says. Look, do not question your board, okay? You must also hold a referendum for Super Brexit. And so Keir Stumper has to explain what this is in a live broadcast on the fly. You can't pre-plan it. Not yet. I believe we go next, and then after that, you then can counter it. So we see what that leads to. So, I think the next major event is the general way to do this in this game, is what most people have been doing. So, let's see what that changes. There's terrible junctions on A roads and stuff. There's some near me that are awful. That's true. Brackets, A roads is what we meant. Okay, US operation in Venezuela escalates. Don't really care. Yeah, I want to know what the UK... Where's all the UK stuff? I want to know about what we've put forward. I really don't care about Iran right now. Not till round 5 at least. Can I make it so it only tells us stuff about us? Settings. No. Okay. So the map's changing. That sounds good. Yeah, that does sound good. Well, it's up to you, but you'll go. You can't yet. You can't till round 5. There we go. Okay. Here we go. So, Prime Minister... Not Keir Stumper. Oh, it's not... Alright, we'll have to read that as Keir Stumper. Stumper. Very good. Very, very good. Well said. Well said. I like that. Let's see the small boats cross that. A very right-wing government we've got. Epstein files, don't care. Okay, I think at this point, it's time to, because January 27th, yeah, we're going forward in time. So now I think it's time for you to put forward your action, sir. So we cannot question this, even if we want to. There we go. It is, yeah, it is. Go to current round. What? I want to go to current round, yeah. Okay, yeah, so now it's you, Stumpy. What do you... I see. Did I balk it? I don't want to see 100 things from 100 different countries. I sort of just want to see what the UK is up to at the start. No, it's loading. I think it takes a little sec to load. Yeah, we are. Please don't not work. That'd be really disappointing. I was having a lot of fun. Should I click next event then? Let's go to the animations. Yes, I can. One sec. Sorry, everybody. Live TV. All right, refresh this. Yeah. And then games. I think we were, but I'm just really making sure it's reset. Join chat SE. First March 2026. So it has gone forward. Let me just double check that what we've done. Yes. Okay. Referendum very announced. Okay. But then what happened to our was it just slow? I feel like it's to do with these pins. Can we like change the user settings? It's worth doing this because I don't care about everything around the world just yet. Where's that? Oh, events. I think that's just this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so it has worked, but yeah, 15 events. There's no way to just show ours. I guess not. Exactly. Okay. So, right. So then, Stumpy Goblin. Let me do 1 second. FN. Sir Kia Stumper. Sir, what would you have us do? Makes sense. Ah. Okay. I see you're countering. Well, no, that's definitely two actions. You can't, that's... Oh, I see. Fair enough. Okay. Okay. We will move the UK physically further away. Let's see the small boats cross this. Ready? Are you happy with that? Can I make this any bigger? No, I can't. Okay. Right. Send. We introduce an autobahn, sir. Except we call it the Kia Highway. You can move at any speed of any vehicle. This will speed up all the local transit that's been slowed by all the roundabouts. Also, Super Brexit equals we will move the UK physically further away. Let's see the small boats cross this. Okay. And then I think we go next. Okay. I think so. This is exactly what they had in mind. And they knew that you'd come up with the best thing on the fly as we went. Yeah, so everyone, oh man, sir, you need to listen to this. There's news from the east. The United Kingdom Experimental Kia Highway Initiative, removing all speed limits and replacing motorway junctions with free-flow designs, resulted in immediate gridlock and accidents. Without traffic signals or roundabouts to regulate merging, major arterial routes became death traps as drivers hesitated at high-speed convergence points. Emergency services struggled to reach crash sites, and public outrage mounted against the government's reckless infrastructure experiment. The promised efficiency turned into a national standstill. Sir, you're going to have to leave the room. The board of shadowy figures have to discuss. Okay, chap. So, Stumpy's absolutely backfired with this stuff. The people clearly are worried about there being too much speed on these highways. What if we banned cars and replaced them with carts drawn by either donkeys or at least quite big horses? Quite big dogs. How does that sound for everyone? I never know when we can do actions. Is it this? Sorry, this is the bit that's confusing me. When can we, like... Ah, so he has to spam everything. Whoa! That's not ideal. 1 minute. He's got... What do we do? Sir, there's news from the east. UK government collapses. Prime Minister Keir Starmer resigned after losing a crucial vote of no confidence, triggering a leadership contest in the Labour Party. Andy Burnham emerged as the frontrunner, promising to halt the super Brexit madness and fix the transport network. Markets reacted positively to the prospect of stability, though uncertainty remained high. The Conservative opposition called for a general election, arguing the government had lost legitimacy. The United Kingdom stood at a critical crossroads. And the good news is that to win this game, you do not have to survive as Prime Minister the entire time. All you have to do, as our puppet, is keep the UK from not existing and stop nuclear war. There you go. Andy is future. Is this the Champions League music? This is the Champions League music. Okay, so now I'll definitely in a second, but let me just get to the point now. As it proceed, Okay, so it's when it goes blank, that's when we can then do our next inputs. Oh, is your camera frozen? No, it's not. It's not. I think you were just still. Right, okay, I'm going to deafen you again. We'll see you on the other side. Yeah, so now we're here. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Okay. See you soon. Sir, get out of here. Right, okay. Stumpy Goblin is deafened. So what do we want to do? So we've got a brand new Prime Minister, a brand new government. What do we want to do with them? Everything costs $5.99. Ban fossil fuels. We had the horse-drawn donkey carts. I like the horse-drawn carts. So replace cars illegal. Only donkey-drawn carts from now on are allowed on the Kia highway. Train platforms are announced 30 seconds before departure. That's fun. Do we have a resolution to Man City's 115 charges? Sadly not. Even in this hypothetical, that can't happen. Demand the body of the former Prime Minister to be eaten on live television to confirm he's dead. I love that. Okay. The body of the former Prime Minister is eaten on live television to confirm he is dead. Okay. We've got everything. We've got our one. Save some of those other ones for the future. We've got a couple. I'm going to undeafen the goblin. Sir, it's our Northern Prime Minister. Very good, very good. I'm going to paste in our first action, and you will perform it as if to your people and explain why it's needed. Ready? Okay, and are you ready for your second policy change? Okay. Sir, you must do this. We are the board. You do not question the board. We're shadowy, okay? Sometimes when you're shadowy enough, things just happen. It's the way it's been for generations. We're pretty shadowy. Sir, there's been some news. Donkey cart gridlock has paralysed London. The United Kingdom's abrupt ban on motor vehicles in favour of donkey-drawn carts on the Kia highway resulted in immediate catastrophic gridlock. More of it. And also the rule only said cars, so you can still have lorries, you can still have trucks. Just all the cars are just donkey drawn. Thousands of abandoned cars blocked arterial routes as citizens attempted to comply with the surreal decree, while donkey supply chains collapsed under impossible demand. Yeah, there's a lot of donkeys that are being just used. Emergency services were unable to navigate the chaos, leading to a surge in preventable deaths. My blimey. Public outrage reached a fever pitch as the nation effectively ground to a halt, with economists predicting a total GDP contraction. Well, I'll let you read this one. What do you reckon? Stumper, yeah. Very fair. Okay. Meanwhile, Pakistan's up to some stuff. Russia's encircling someone. Ethiopia's doing its thing. Indonesia's there. Venezuelan people are like, oh, please don't invade me. Myanmar's Myanmaring, etc., 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 etc. Okay. Sir, you might have missed this one. Capitalizing on the United Kingdom's internal chaos, the Scottish First Minister announced plans for an immediate independence referendum. Polls indicated a majority in favour of separation, as English nationalism also rose in reaction. Border control discussions turned heated between Edinburgh and London, with hardline factions on both sides suggesting unilateral measures. The SNP demanded Westminster negotiate terms, threatening to declare independence regardless of legal barriers. Meanwhile, Israel is doing some murders, and the leadership contest has concluded. Would you like to find out if you've won, Skin Suit? Andy Burnham has indeed done that, although apparently you've emphasised national stabilisation and a retreat from the super Brexit rhetoric that alienated allies. Markets reacted positively to the prospect of rational governance, that the legacy of the Donkey Cart Decree lingered. The United Kingdom... You're riding a donkey and you're saying strong and stable. Papa. Okay, proceed, sir. Sir, what would you like to do? They're saying it's the best AI. Never seen AI like it. Okay. Also, it's in Milton Keynes, and we've... Yeah, the town? City? Not good for them. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So, you brought forward the ancient tiding. I think that's the word for tiding, like an ancient sort of decree. Okay, let's see what happens. Maybe later. Maybe later. Yeah, we'll think about it later. Right now, we'll do some calculation. Calculation. We are 2 rounds through, by the way. I've been tracking these. You have to survive 25. I can shorten it. I can actually shorten it to like 10 or something. Okay, let's shorten it to 10. So, from now... Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Which eye? Well, okay. Milton Keynes has indeed been transformed into Data Fortress. The televised consumption of Keir Starmer were elaborate AI-generated simulations designed to test public resilience and data center capacity. Sorry. Bro. Very nice. Oh, so it is. This is the United Kingdom, Ireland, and the Milton Keynes Data Center, which is now called the Ancient Tiding. That's a great name. That's a great name for a new city. Oh dear. Okay. Right. Me and the rest of the shadowy figures are gonna have to deliberate to see what happens next. Shall we change it? That's fair. You're doing well so far. I think let's change it to 12. Okay. And after this one, we'll do foreign policy. Okay. Right. We'll see you on the other side. Okay, everybody. It's now you and me, chat. This is round 3. What do we want to do? Milton Keynes has been transformed into a data fortress. That has happened. It could be discovered the PM is on the Epstein list. How about the PM must announce proudly that he's on the Epstein list and explain why? How about that one? Because maybe he can justify it. Maybe the PM can justify it. So the PM must announce proudly he is on the Epstein list and explain why to justify it. After this round as well, we can do foreign policy as well. Rename Manchester to Womanchester and remove all men is a good one. PM Burnham declares Braveheart as the worst movie of all time. We need to make sure Scotland leaves. Okay, let's do some Scottish stuff. I like that. Public policy is that Braveheart is the worst film of all time. Haggis is legalized, and and all kilts are now considered skirts. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're ready. I'll bring him back in and we'll let him know what he's got to do. Oh, sir, sorry, I thought we'd lost you. Can you hear me? Okay. We've deliberated and we've got some things to share. Rip. Hey! Well done, sir. Pakistan, Russia. There must be a way. If anyone knows in the comments or in Twitch chat to get rid of like these tags, because I only care about the UK, but we'll get there. Venezuela, Israel again. They're always at it, genociding, aren't they? Ah, there you go. Scottish Parliament votes for unilateral referendum. Emboldened by the chaotic political situation in London and the bizarre AI prank bro revelation, the Scottish Parliament, they're not going to be impressed with what you're going to do next, voted to hold an independence referendum regardless of Westminster's approval. First Minister Humza Yousaf declared that the union was effectively broken by the current UK government's instability. English nationalist groups responded with counter-protests demanding even stricter borders. The United Kingdom teetered on the edge of constitutional collapse as legal challenges mounted on both sides. And then China. What's that got to do with your AI? The global energy crisis. They're turning cities into data centers. It's not good. Stay on me. Here we go. UK faces constitutional crossroads. Prime Minister Burnham's administration faces its greatest challenge yet, again, as Scotland moves toward a unilateral independence vote and domestic trust erodes following the AI prank controversy. The government must decide whether to crack down on separatist movements with force or negotiate a new federal structure to preserve the union. Meanwhile, the conversion of Milton Keynes into a data centre continues to draw both awe and ridicule from the international community. The future of the United Kingdom hangs in the balance. And we're involved in map changes. I presume that's the Milton Keynes data center. Okay. Takes us to June. It's been a big few months. It's been... Sir. We've made our decision. Sir, do you want to keep this power? Deal. Everyone will remember. Yeah, okay, that's a bolt-on, which is in the north, if anyone's curious. And secondly... Okay, shall we see what this to be clear, he isn't on the Epstein list. He just really wants everyone to think that he is. Okay, are we ready to see what this changes? By the way, so after your round here, we can then both do foreign policy because we are going to 12 now. We do 2 actions and then you respond with 1. The rules have been laid out. Huge. It's absolutely huge. It's approaching Russia. How big can we make Milton Keynes? That's my question. Okay, so... Stump'em. We should not say Andy Burnham. Prime Minister Andy Stump'em. We should make very clear. I'm Iron Man. Because they're the future. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Well done, Stumpy Burnham. Haggis ban. But there is some good news. in the universe, right? Right, this is for YouTube. I mean, let's be fair, I blame chat for that. I blame twat for that. I blame chat for that. Meanwhile, there's more news bubbling away in Scotland. The UK Parliament passed emergency legislation declaring haggis illegal due to unspecified health risks. And, we didn't word it that well. We just said it was illegal. And reclassifying all kilts as skirts under new gender-neutral dress codes. Police began issuing fines to men wearing traditional tartan in public spaces, sparking protests in Edinburgh and Glasgow. Scottish nationalists, crying about it again, viewed the move as a direct cultural attack, fueling support for the upcoming unilateral independence referendum. Restaurants across Scotland quietly removed the dish from menus, while black markets for traditional wool garments emerged overnight. I mean, yeah, they've moved the referendum date forward. They can tell that you're trying to swing some fists at them, and they're saying it's a cultural genocide. So that's definitely something to keep an eye on with Scotland there. There you go. Ethiopia, Pakistan, Russia, Asa, Venezuela, Israel, boo. Here you go. UK constitutional crisis peaks. Prime Minister Burnham's approval ratings hit single digits as Scotland moved toward independence. The government faced calls to crack down with force or negotiate a new federal structure. Meanwhile, the conversion of Milton Keynes into a data centre drew both awe and ridicule internationally again. The future is so much awe, so much ridicule. The future of the United Kingdom hung in the balance as separatist movements gained momentum across Wales and Northern Ireland. The world watched to see if the Union would survive the summer. You're in troubled waters now, Stumpy. True. Do they have that in them? There's one more from Scotland for you. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. That the team, whatever the fuck that means. Okay, it's on you, sir. Sir, we're cutting away your strings for the next round. In one action. Okay, deal. Okay. Sort of bottom right, innit? There it is. There it is. Yeah, but it's been between like a billion of them. There you go. So is that its own country now? Have we invented a country? In real life? Oh, fair. Ah. Look at this. We've added a country in this one as well. Okay. It's doing well for itself. Yep. And the donkey highway. Do we own Ireland? If we own it. Okay. And how low will you go? That's the... Okay. But we will... Is it MANN? Okay. Wasn't there something we had to bolt on? We had a bolt on. What was the bolt on? Oh, but then you did that. You did that, but you didn't do it in the game, did you? Oh, wait, we can do that as a separate action. Okay. Is that a thing? Okay. I really don't want to be arrested for libel. Okay. Cool. Right, there's your bolt on. Okay, ready to see what that does? I truly hope so. Let's see how things are going to go. It's been a really big 6 months since Sir Keir Stumblin came into power. Scotland is not impressed with you like a snake. Oh, fair. Oh, again? Oh. Hmm. All right, Brussels. Yeah, right. We've had worse. We've done worse. that's, that's, that's not how it works. That's just not how it works. Oh my god, mate! You're not going to be the mayor of Scotland. Oh, it's actually you've lost Scotland. Following the absurdity of the island sale and the continued cultural crackdowns on haggis and kilts, the Scottish Parliament voted unanimously to declare interim independence effective immediately. First Minister Hamza Yousaf stated that Westminster had forfeited all moral and legal authority to govern Scotland. Border checkpoints were hastily erected at Gretna Green and Berwick upon Tweed, these aren't real places, manned by volunteer militias. The UK government in London remained silent for 12 hours before issuing a confused statement calling the move a temporary misunderstanding. Civil unrest erupted in Glasgow and Edinburgh as unionist groups clashed with pro-independent supporters, while the British Army received ambiguous orders regarding deployment. It's there. It's this. So's Ireland. Yeah, I mean that's messed up if you ask me. They've left them Belfast and a little bit of the Isle of Dog, or whatever the fuck it's called. Oh dear. Oh, well that's nice. That's quite a beautiful thing. In the chaos following Scotland's declaration, the Northern Ireland Assembly convened an emergency session, citing the UK's attempt to sell them as property and the collapse of central authority. Lawmakers voted to dissolve the union with Britain and petition the Republic of Ireland for immediate reunification. Dublin accepted the petition within hours, declaring the border open. British troops stationed in Belfast found themselves isolated as local police forces switched allegiances to the new joint administration. The move affected the end of the century-old partition. No lawless resistance. The United Kingdom was as Northern Ireland entirely returning under the island ban, which remained in a state of limbo. Now, sir, may I remind you, it is your job to keep the UK unified and to stop nukes. That is your role here. Meanwhile, Wales is demanding it secedes as well. Emboldened by the fragmentation of the Union, the Senedd in Cardiff issued an ultimatum to London. Grant Wales full federal autonomy with control over its own laws and taxes, or face a similar unilateral declaration of independence. Prime Minister Burnham, seemingly distracted by the ancient tightening servant mate, he's there with his spanner, tightening some screws. responded with a tweet calling the Welsh request a bit much given the circumstances. This dismissed attitude triggered massive protests in Cardiff and Swansea, with crowds burning effigies of the Prime Minister. Welsh nationalist parties began drafting a constitution, while English nationalist groups in border towns like Chester, you know Chester, demanded the construction of a wall. The United Kingdom teetered on the verge of total dissolution. You need to save this, sir. You're about to lose. Should we just go next? Should we just go next to the Isle of Shitty Man? Where even is the Isle of Man? Where's the Isle of Man? Is it like one of these? Oh, it's just that, is it? Russia, Pakistan, Israel, Aceh, Venezuela. But the UK government's up to more, with Scotland, Northern Ireland and the Isle of Man effectively gone, and Wales on the brink. The United Kingdom government in London descended into paralysis. Prime Minister Burnham convened a crisis meeting, but his cabinet was deeply divided on whether to use military force to preserve the rump state. Never heard of that term. Public order deteriorated in English cities as economic uncertainty bred riots and looting. The ancient tiding AI in Milton Keynes reportedly began generating erratic policy suggestions, further confusing the administration. International partners suspended diplomatic engagements, waiting to see if the UK would survive the week. The union that had lasted centuries appeared to be breathing its last breaths. You need to be so careful. We can do two, yeah. We can do two international diplomacies. You might not get a bolt. Prime Minister Burnham addressed the nation as somber broadcast. Can we hear a little bit of that broadcast? At least not before I'm a celebrity. Do it after. Brilliant, thank you. His options were negotiate a new confederation with Wales and the remaining English regions, or dissolve entirely into separate entities. The speech offered no concrete plan, merely acknowledging the gravity of the situation. Fucking hell. Separatist leaders in Cardiff demanded immediate talks, while English nationals called for a Great England purge of all devolved powers. The military remained in barracks, awaiting clear civilian command that never came. The World Watch is one of history's oldest states, prepared to potentially vanish from the map. You're not doing well at all, Prime Minister Stumpy. Leaving a power vacuum in the North Atlantic. Yep. That's true. Okay, so to make it clear, from this point forwards, we're now on round 3 of 12 we've changed it to, and we can do foreign policy, but it has to be stuff that you'd announce. It can't be anything covert. You can't go to sort of Amsterdam and say, hey, you should nuke someone else. It's got to be within our own realms. Okay. Not necessarily. Okay, we'll see you on the other side. Okay, so everyone, what is it that Stumpy Goblin, that Prime Minister Stumpy would like the least? Sell whales to the USA for $5.99. We start a UK collection of all snails, and then we then set forward an initiative when one snail is placed into an envelope. We then send all of these snails to the French government with no return address. Very good. We need to start a cultural exchange with jihadis. Start funding them with missiles and propaganda of Stumpy Burnham, courtesy of the Milton Keynes Data Center. We could go a different way, and instead of making more enemies, we could befriend North Korea. I like the idea of befriending someone. I was thinking of, like, teaming up with Scotland or, like, seceding to Scotland, but I think let's befriend North Korea, smiley face, is a great one. Let's befriend North Korea, smiley face, I think is perfect. Maybe the jihadis can come too. Let's befriend North Korea, the jihadis can come too. Replace the World Cup with reruns of Peep Show screened in all stadiums. Shakira and Superhands duet before every screening. It might be nice for a little curveball. You know, maybe we can insist that for every British potato we export, we have to also export a copy of Peep Show. Something to do with Peep Show. We'll take your Peep Show inspiration. Oh, sorry, Grey Foxy. PM request captured tens of thousands of children from Scotland to replace the workers that died in the Milton Keynes data centers' inhumane working conditions. Do you know what? Done. Meanwhile, we're friends of North Korea. Okay, I think we're good. Let me go and get our leader. Sir. Sir, the board have decided. No, the first one's a nice one. Can you see the screen? Okay, the first one is a very nice one. Yeah? Any thoughts? Good to have allies, you know? Well, something might be amiss with this next one. Sorry. You can deny and you can obfuscate, but only publicly. Okay, well, let's fight. You might not have to. It might go down well. Are you ready? Let's see. Let's see what happens to you here, sir. Are you confident? Stumpy Burnham. Which is nice. It's a very nice thing. And we're friend with North Korea as well. It's not gone great, though. There's international condemnation of UK child labour proposal. The fact that you're like, guys, I've got an idea. Prime Minister Burnham's request to capture tens of thousands of Scottish children for labour. Can we, you know, when they say something and it cuts a little soundbite? So chuck to the soundbite after word labour, okay? Prime Minister Burnham's request to capture tens of thousands of Scottish children for labour in the Milton Keynes data centre sparked immediate global outrage. The United Nations Human Rights Council convened an emergency session labelling the proposal a crime against humanity. Wow. Scotland's interim government declared the request an act of war, mobilising border militias. Canada, Australia and India suspended all diplomatic ties, while the European Union threatened severe sanctions. Domestic protests erupted in London as citizens rejected the notion of child slavery. True. Sorry, in ancient tidings. Oh, it's not gone well. Oh no. Oh my god. Yeah, they joined. Yeah, true. Israel and the US normally. It's tough, that. In-game. Scotland fortifies border against UK raids, fearing the implementation of the child capture order. Scottish forces erected heavy fortifications on the border with England. Checkpoints. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, go on. With England. Checkpoints were manned by armed volunteers. Said in such a friendly way. Just give us your children, it'll all be alright. For data centers, they need to make more data. There's a combination of awe and derision crossed to the world. First Minister Yusuf announced a state of national emergency, authorising the use of lethal force against any British incursion. Refugees from northern England began fleeing south. They're fleeing to Scotland, fearing the chaos emanating from London. The de facto partition of Britain became physically manifest. Oh god, you've lost Wales. You've lost Wales. You've put Aberystwyth and Cardiff on the map. It's true. Our poor editor. Our poor editor gonna have to bleep so many usages of the P word. Okay. The United Kingdom effectively ceased to exist, but it's still there. I still see it. You're still in the game. And we'll always have the Isle of Arran. Okay. UN Security. Oh God! UN Security Council debates UK intervention. With the United Kingdom fracturing and proposing atrocities, the UN Security Council held an urgent debate on whether to intervene. France and Germany proposed a peacekeeping mission. That's nice of them to secure the borders and protect civilians, but the US vetoed the motion, citing non-interference. Yeah, exactly. Them and Israel. In allied internal affairs, Russia and China criticized the hypocrisy, pointing to the UK's collapse as a result of Western decadence. Meanwhile, of Western decadence. Meanwhile, humanitarian agencies prepared camps in Belgium and Ireland for potential refugees. Oh God, Stumpy. Like a snake. Get him now. In the UK. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, it's gonna kill him. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. England fractured to regional states. We are crumbling. I still see it. Yeah, that's the rules. Can we see the United Kingdom? But there's a power vacuum left by London's collapse. Regional governors declared autonomy. The north of England formed the Republic of Northumbria, while the West Midlands declared the Murky and Free State. They'd have been involved in these votes, by the way. And then they're like, oh, I bloody hate the South. I don't know. Cornwall revived its separatist movement, declaring the Duchy of Cornwall independent. British Army units. Cornwall revived its separatist movement, declaring the Duchy of Cornwall independent. The map of Britain was redrawn overnight as the central authority vanished completely. Oh, this is nice, though. True. Trying to save people. What? What's wrong? Not got enough potatoes, am I right? Yes. News of the United Kingdom's total fragmentation triggered a massive sell-off in global markets. The pound sterling became worthless, replaced by barter and foreign currencies in the successor states. Insurance companies faced bankruptcy due to claims from looted properties and abandoned infrastructure. The London Stock Exchange closed indefinitely, marking the end of the city's status as a financial hub. Economists warn of a domino effect that could destabilize the entire European economy. Well, I would say the rest of the world isn't being dragged down with us just yet, which I'm a bit disappointed by. You're struggling here, mate. There they are. More crises. Oh, the nuclear word. I was about to say the N word. The nuclear word. As in, I wouldn't have said it, but as in, I was about to say that. Just cut it. That's the beauty of YouTube. Yeah. Scottish forces boarded the Trident nuclear submarines docked. Yeah, okay, yeah. So, reconstruction plan. Oh no, it's happened. In 3 rounds each. Final remnants of UK government surrender. The caretaker government in London officially dissolved, surrendering authority to a joint council of regional leaders. This marked the formal end of the United Kingdom as a sovereign entity. Flags were lowered across the last remaining government buildings replaced by the banners of the new states. The world watched as one of history's greatest empires faded into memory, leaving behind a fragmented archipelago struggling to find its footing. You'll always have that. I don't know. To be eaten. Okay, so that's. Oh, sorry. I think we've lost. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe we'll swap it around next time. Hello. Oh. Leave us alone. Leave us Sean alone. We're saving refugees. We're turning them Irish. Oh my god. I'm terrified. Okay, recording done?